Hey everyone, I have another Haunted Shenanigans story for you. So I went to a ghost walk in the Parks House Museum and I've never been there. I didn't even know it existed. And I saw a ghost. Hi everyone, my name is Marauding Megs. So my friend Nenad and I got tickets to a ghost walk at the Park House Museum in Amherstburg, Ontario. Now I've only been to Amherstburg a couple times. It's a quiet little town that has older style buildings that remind me of the 1800s. Amherstburg is also home of Fort Malden, which was used to defend against the Americans in the War of 1812. It was also an entry point for the Underground Railroad, and apparently haunted houses and the like. When I first saw the event on Facebook, I was all in. But it took a little convincing for Nenad to go because he doesn't like these kind of things. I mean, he wouldn't even go with Jazz, Vanessa, and I to go to Reaper's Realm, so yeah. And Jazz and Vanessa couldn't go because all the tickets had sold out by the time they called in to buy theirs. Even before we started the ghost walk, we had to sign a waiver, which was pretty standard when you do a haunted attraction. But there was two differences in this waiver. So the waiver read, so falls, tumbles, staircases, low door frames, artifacts, exhibit materials. Okay, pretty standard stuff. Like, we're not responsible and kind of don't touch that thing. But the last two items were nightmares and paranormal transfers, etc. Etc.? Like there could be more potential weird stuff that happens? Oh my gosh, so when I read this, I just laughed. And Nenad grew concerned. It was hilarious. It was gonna be a good night. So the two-story Park House was built in 1796 in Detroit, and then it moved to Amherstburg in 1799. It housed Dr. Park, his wife, his sister-in-law, and two children. And the house had been in the family for 102 years. So it's been a while. So while we were on the tour, there was some stories that had occurred, like some instances that have occurred. And apparently a lot of this activity happens in the house. Night and day, it doesn't matter.
Everyone thinks that ghosts are going to make themselves known at night. You know, we hear about the witching hour and that kind of stuff. The unknown hides in shadows. In this house, it doesn't matter the time of day. I've had encounters here at night. I've had encounters here during the day. When they want to make themselves known, they will do it.
And one of the stories was there was the sounds of footsteps running across the ceiling, like somebody was running upstairs in the upstairs. And the curator was the only one in the house. All the doors were locked and she was the only one present, so she went upstairs to investigate and there was no one there. Freaky, right? Another story that was told on the tour was when there was staff, they were in the basement, they were working on something, and they heard, because above them is the dining room, they heard a table being flipped and dishes being smashed, and they were wondering what was going on because nobody was supposed to be in the house. The doors had been locked, right? So they go and investigate and the table is fine. And all the dishes are fine on top of the table as if it was set up for dinner. Nothing was broken when they went to investigate everywhere and they were baffled. So the curator went to investigate the table and noticed that there was a soup spoon that was facing the wrong way. So she flipped it. And then she noticed some other dishes and the glasses were kind of out of place of where they were supposed to be. And so she fixed it. And apparently this can happen during other tours that go into the house during the day. The tour guide will tell them don't touch it and they will move it around. And even though there's a sign saying do not touch anything on this table, they will go ahead and do that. So once the curator fixed everything, since that day, there hasn't been a problem at all. Nothing at all. So apparently Dr. Park, or sorry, not Dr. Park, Mrs. Park likes to keep a ready dinner table, and a very proper one at that. There are so many stories that were told on this tour that I can't do it any justice, but I do have one on my own that happened while I was on the tour, and I wasn't the only one who saw it. When the tour group was done with the second floor, we descended a steep staircase that led to a main hall, and then across the way was the dining room. And when I stepped off the last step, there's a doorway here in between in the main hallway. And I looked down there, and it looked like it led to maybe a kitchen or something, but it was very, very dark. And I saw a dark figure that looked like a tall man, and it startled me. But I had to continue going because there was people behind me, so I went to the dining room because that's where we ended up. But I thought it was just a tall mannequin, and I was like, oh, that's a pretty good effect because it startled me. They did their job. So after touring the dining room, the parlor, and then Dr. Park's office, that's when I found out from our tour guide that there isn't a mannequin standing in the kitchen at all. Was there a man standing there though?
Yeah, it looked like something.
Yeah,
That's where I saw someone
what-
I looked over there.
Yeah, I
Well, like I
was.
said, I personally have seen a man standing in one of those doorways.
There was somebody standing
Yeah,
there.
was there not a mannequin?
Oh, we
They're
have
not standing there
volunteers
anymore.
that are back
I
that
checked
way
earlier.
too. It could be either one, I don't know.
It's there's a story that Dr. Park will walk the main hallway to the very end, actually to the spot where I saw a tall, dark, shadowy figure. And I was like, oh, great. I saw a ghost. And I'm not the only one. Nenad also saw it, and then 2 other people. It's crazy. All in all, the ghost walk was great. I highly recommend going if you can and just check it out. Actually, Nenad and I are going to actually take a tour during the day because everything was pretty dark when we did the ghost walk, and we just want to see everything else during the day. And if the ghost walk wasn't enough, we decided to take a walk in the cemetery that was nearby. Yeah, I wanted to check out an old section of the cemetery. Esther, Joshua, yep, we're getting to the, 1822 to 1889. Wow. That was from the 1800s. And as we were exploring it, I saw some tombstones that were completely weathered down. You couldn't see the dates or the names. Oh yeah, you can barely read them. And then others that were just damaged. It was quite sad. Look at that. Oh yeah. It's like somebody was leaning against it. Oh gosh. Did you notice this from last time? But walking around the cemetery, it was very dark out. There's no lights there, but it was quiet and peaceful while walking around there, respectfully, of course. And then Nenad told me about an old mausoleum there that has a metal door that's welded shut. You can't open it at all. So, of course I have to go and investigate, right? Okay, so my friend told me that there's a mausoleum here that's pretty old that has a sealed door that is apparently welded shut. And they don't know if it's to keep people out or to keep something in. So I just wanted to show you guys. Yeah, you can't even move it. It's crazy, like. It's a pretty heavy door. Yeah, it's completely, there's no cracks. There's not even hinges. Yeah, there's not even hinges to open this door. Can you see underneath it? Oh. So there's an open area there, but it's apparently welded shut. And this is where the block is, and can't move it at all. So, thought you would enjoy that. It's kind of creepy. It's pretty old. I don't even know how old, but, well, there you have it. However, do you want to hear something freaky?
What's that?
I was trying to take a picture of the mausoleum with the door, and the flash wouldn't work on my camera app.
Come on.
It wouldn't turn on. And I tried to switch it to the video part and see if the flash, the light would come on. Nothing. Like, it's just black. And I'm like, okay, clearly somebody doesn't want me to take a picture of the front of the mausoleum.
But there was light on your phone, no?
Yeah. Once I stopped filming, and I went to switch it over to camera to use the flash to take a picture.
Yeah.
It wouldn't turn on at all. I'm actually gonna try it now and see if it works. Let's see. Oh, it works now. It wouldn't work before.
It's fucking creepy.
That is creepy.
That is creepy.
Okay, and
Wow.
you know what? I kind of got the feeling too that I should stop. Like somebody wasn't happy.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I was starting to get that feeling.
Wow.
Yeah, that happened. So that's the end of my Haunted Shenanigans tonight. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! It wasn't there afterwards, because I remember looking, because I wanted to see, is it still standing there?
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't there, and I was like, oh, okay.
And you questioned the tour guide, you said.
Yes, because I said it out loud in front of everyone, like, the mannequin's gone, the tall, man-shaped shadow mannequin.
It wasn't just us that saw it, it was.
No, it was, yeah, because it was you, me, and 2 or 3 other people.
Crazy.
And then we freaked out the rest of the people that were there.
Yes, it was like a domino effect.
Yeah. And then, when she closed the door and then opened it again, there was that other tall figure that was actually a human.
Yes.
But I was like, that is not what I saw.
Yeah, that's not who I saw.
It was not. Like, you couldn't see the features on what they were wearing or their face. It was just a black shadowy outline. And I was like, is this what I saw? I'm like, no, that's not what I saw.
No.
At all. I gotta say, I've never seen a ghost before. Like, I kind of felt something. But...
Wait, you saw something at Carrie's house.
Oh yeah, I saw the girl. I forgot.
Well, I never forget that.
Oh my god, yeah, that was freaky. Yeah, Pat never wanted me to tell Carrie that.
She doesn't know? Still?
No, I don't think she knows.
Because they just moved into
They just moved in there, and I was sleeping upstairs.
She deserves to know.
Maybe I should tell her.
By the way, I know you've been sleeping there for a couple years, but there's a ghost. And I was like, okay. And you know what's weird?
What?
My radio doesn't work.
Okay, come on.
No, honestly.
Oh, I see the loading screen here.
But it's been loading since we left the cemetery.
Did we bring something home with us? Because we were just walking around. Okay, we're in county. We're in the county right now.
Start.
Yeah, okay. Don't worry. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Holy... Oh! Nenad!
What?
Holy crap, it was just silent. And then this noise come up. Holy crap. Damn.